All right.
A sip of my cider.
Ooh, I'm going to have a sip of my beer. Coors Light.
Oh, you're not even having a beer.
I'm actually enjoying it.
That's the beer that alcoholics are allowed to drink because it won't affect them.
Yeah, and I'm at that level now where I can have a Coors Light and party.
Every story starts the same way. I'll just do a little bit till Sunday.
Hi there. Happy Sunday. It's January 12th, 2020, and I'm Eric, talking at you again from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, where earlier today, British scientists have confirmed that cigarettes hurt children. It's much better to use an ashtray.
Much faster, anyway. That's so fantastic.
That is fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, listeners around the world, our listens are getting right back up to old style numbers. It's getting me so excited. We climbed up to 7,400 yesterday, and today we were way up in the teens. So thank you for that, guys.
That is amazing. Glad to have everybody back. And yeah.
I have to remember to talk directly into this microphone. I don't have my good one anymore. Some interesting fact. Oh, hi, Mike, and everyone at Pit Lane Parlay. Go to Pit Lane and Parlay, leave my thing. Okay. Interesting fun fact I figured out yesterday, and it's true, and do with it what you will. But Eric and Gord, What If We're Right and One for Another, debuted on March 18th, 2018. On March 20th, the UN General Assembly declared it World Happiness Day. Are those two related? I don't know. It's possible. A couple other things I've figured out that I was looking into last night. The saddest country on Earth is South Sudan, is the saddest country on Earth.
South Sudan.
The most dangerous country on Earth in 2019 was Afghanistan.
So they're happier there. It's more dangerous.
The most violent country on Earth last year was Venezuela. Now, you think at first these three countries don't really have anything in common. But they do. They all have one very big thing in common.
What's that?
None of them listen to Eric and Gord. What if we're right?
I see a connection.
The saddest, most dangerous, most violent countries in the world don't listen to us. Is that because they don't listen to us? Who can say unless we get them listening to us?
That's right. Wouldn't you laugh if they start listening and all of a sudden those numbers drop? That would be amazing.
I was trying to look for a correlation in the countries we are listened to currently, but those are naturally happy countries to begin with, so we don't really have much of an effect. I tried to find the two happiest, the happiest provinces in Canada.
Yeah.
2019, the happiest provinces in Canada are BC and Quebec. Two of our biggest listening provinces.
Huh. Well, I'm seeing a whole lot of correlation right now.
I'm not saying it's there, but it's certainly, you can't know until everyone in the world starts listening to us. So world, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your relatives. Start listening to Eric and Gord. Give us a little follow wherever you're listening. And we'll see if we can actually change the world. I think we can.
I firmly believe we can.
There is more of that crap coming throughout the show. The other thing I wanted to mention, and this fucking blows my mind, but again, in a really good way, the Eric and Gord's group for people who like groups. The membership is exploding. We have now officially twice as many members as we did in our Round Earth group.
That's amazing. I need you to send me the link on that one. Post it on my Facebook wall so I can reshare it because I know of a bunch of people that would actually. So, but I'm having issues on my end of it to do something.
If you just go to the search bar and type in Eric and Gord's group for people who like groups. It'll pop up. And we literally, when we had our Round Earth group, which I woefully neglected, and I apologize for that, but we had 9 members in our Globe Earthers group. We got 10 new members on top of those 9 who all grandfathered into the new group. We got 10 new since yesterday.
That's incredible.
People like groups. And people want to be in a group for people who like groups. So anyone out there, it's a group for groups. If you want a group, this is the group to group in. Go to Facebook. Eric and Gord, group for people who like groups. You know where you can find a link to that? In the brand new Eric and Gord podcast Facebook page. So much better than the old Eric and Gord What If We're Right page. I can't even begin to describe it. As you can tell, I'm trying to get us some more attention. So there's a big social media thing going on right now. There's some ads going in other podcasts. Those podcasts are now you've seen it. Available now that you got 2 episodes out. They're pretty damn good. It's now you've seen it. I think it's on Apple Podcasts. And when you're listening to that, you'll hear a little Eric and Gord commercial right in the middle because they're running commercials for us.
How many members did you just say?
I think it should be hovering around 19.
Yes, 19 members.
Yeah.
Fuck.
We only ever had 9 in our other group, so we're more than double in the group for people who like groups. Not getting a lot of engagement yet. Hey, if you like groups and you want to talk about liking groups or just anything group related, or it doesn't even have to be group related. That's the best part about this group. You just do whatever the hell you want. Oh, and there's that thing I sent you, Gord, on Facebook. That is the link. That's the big email thing, the opt-in thing that I told you about.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Perfect.
So if you click on that link that's on Facebook right now,
yeah,
it takes you to a little button. You push that little button, it takes you to Spotify where you can follow our podcast, and you're instantly eligible for $25 Canadian money or some prizes or some really cool stuff. Very neat.
I will be doing that.
But you don't have to. That's the thing. It's an opt-in thing. It's your choice. You don't have to do any of it. It's like
if I didn't.
It's like I say to everybody. I'm not saying the world would be a better place if everyone was like me. Just would be. I'm not saying I want everybody to be like me. I'm just saying the world would be a much better place if you were.
And, if you don't join, you're a terrorist. That's all. No big deal.
I'm not. There's just less of a way to prove that you're not. That's the thing. I'm not going to say you're a terrorist if you don't, but it looks sketchy. Like, why wouldn't you if you weren't?
Bunch of goddamn terrorists.
So, in perfect form, as we talked about a week ago, when I said planes don't go down unless it's a ground-to-air missile, this doesn't happen, and I said Iran shot them down with a ground-to-air missile.
Yep.
Iran denied the fuck out of it. And then this weekend, everybody got tough on their ass, and they admitted they shot down the plane with a ground-to-air missile.
Yep.
Again, I'm saying Eric and Gord need to go to the UN. We had this shit solved a week ago. But cool of them to, kind of pussy out and admit it. I don't know what's going to happen. I still maintain that Trudeau is going to try to be a tough guy on this. I haven't talked about this since the last episode, but I finally saw the beard.
And you got to admit, it looks good.
It's a tough looking beard. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
You know what he did? You know what he did? If you can pull up a picture of it and look at it, he grew Iron Man's beard.
I actually, you know what? It's funny you mentioned that because I actually thought that when I first saw it.
I guarantee that's why he did it. He wants to look like Iron Man. But I think he's going to try to play it tough. I think he's going to talk full American support, or full support of the Americans, I should say. Because he needs to look tough. That's his whole new thing. He's coming back as a tough guy. He's not that little girly man everyone bitched about last year. Now he's fucking Justin Stash Doe. Or Beard Doe. Justin Beardo.
I just quickly I literally typed in Justin Trudeau beard, Tony Stark beard pictures. See if I can get a close one put side by side. And so one of the first things that comes up is Justin Trudeau's beard is here, and now we need to talk about it.
Yeah. My favorite meme I've come across in a long time is that one of Stephen Harper drinking the coffee and it says, "Miss me yet?"
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. I want to talk some news real quick, just because we have to. It is Trump impeachment time. They're officially sending the impeachment recommendation to the Senate. Trump just today said that if he stands trial, Nancy Pelosi should have to stand trial too. He went on to say, actually, trials shouldn't even happen. The Senate shouldn't hold trials. They're unfair. Because I think he thought about it. I love his fucking Twitter feed.
He's got so much room in that mouth for so many feet. It's unbelievable.
The bunch of people in the Republican-controlled Senate said the trial will be short. He wants a trial with no witnesses. And Pelosi says, well, that's not a fair trial.
Yeah.
She's saying, oh, you got to call more witnesses. The Senate has to call witnesses. Most of the Senate is saying they're not going to call witnesses. So I don't know. I think he gets off.
I will guarantee he gets off. I'll guarantee it.
I don't think it's right. I think it's ridiculous. I think Clinton got impeached and this dude didn't. Like, that blows my mind.
I just think that they've chosen the wrong thing to impeach him for. I think this is the problem.
Well, yeah, but the problem is in what you just said. Like, how many things is he supposed to have that you could choose from?
Well, that's just it. And how does it that you screw it up by picking the wrong one?
The fact that he has an assortment of options you could impeach him for, that should be impeachable in itself.
Like, you can't impeach him for any of the infidelity because none of it happened during the actual White House, or in the White House for that matter, which is what got Clinton.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot more you could, but no.
See, this is an argument I had with my mother last night. Wow, that's weird to say. Because I said, what happened? Now, this thing, their boat got hit. My mom's got a boat parked in her back alley, and the neighbor was backing up or whatever, hit her boat. And the cops went to talk to the neighbor, and the neighbor said, I don't know anything about it. And that's as far as the cops could go. And this is kind of the problem now. For the last 100 years, police have been operating based on people's ignorance of the law. Police got to do stuff because people thought, well, they're the police. They get to do that. Now, in this lovely information age, people know the limits, and they take the tiniest little thing in the back of a law book from the back of the library, and they figured out, oh, no, you don't have to give your ID to the police, which you don't. You don't have to say anything to them ever. And it's really, in a way, it's a freedom. We're all entitled to it. But on the other hand, it's really impeding the work of the police, when before people the cops just came in and did shit.
Yeah.
And I think in the Trump case, it's like being able to shut things down and it wasn't in the White House, so it doesn't count. It wasn't in this one. It has to be in this specific chair behind this specific desk at this time, or else it's not impeachable. And Trump's going to find his way on everything he's done. He's always just that side of the line. Like, he knows where the line is. And
there's a reason why he hasn't gone to jail for anything yet.
It really is a world for criminals. The world is set up for, like, the Bill Cosbys of the world, who are just always on the line but never over it enough to really... Like, Cosby should have got the fucking electric chair, honestly.
Yeah.
But he managed to get 3 years or something stupid. And Weinstein will get the same thing. He'll get a grossly reduced sentence because he can afford the lawyers that have the researchers that can find no, it wasn't on a full moon in April. That only counts.
when the last dog that crossed the road after his first incident, it didn't cross left to right, went right to left, so it doesn't count.
See, sorry, so close, so close.
So close. Sorry, guys. I'd love to admit my guilt, but I can't because of that. Sorry.
It's stupid. Now I love it. I love when a cop comes and talks to me and goes, "You have to tell me who you are." And I go, "Actually, no, I don't." And then I go, "How long you want to be here, constable? Call a lawyer for me." That's the last thing I say.
You know, when you talk about like, I love like when people do stupid shit, like where doing the simple thing, like when you haven't done anything, but you know a situation can go really wrong if you just don't provide an information.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There's this amazing video of this. What it was is there's this black guy who's asleep at home, and his brother-in-law had accidentally tripped the alarm at his house. So the guy gets up out of bed. He's like, "Motherfucker!" Gets up, fucking shuts the alarm off. In fact, alarm company calls. He talks to them. They disable it. Everything is fine. But what had happened was he had gone up, and when he had gone over and checked it, he had opened up the front door, and he ended up just leaving the front door open to the house. So motherfucker goes back to bed. So he goes back to bed, and all of a sudden the cops show up. Right? They know a house alarm went off. They see the front door wide open. And as they come in, as they get up close, the guy had heard this hustling out front of his house. He doesn't know it's the cops right away, so he just sort of gets up, grabs his gun, comes out by the front hallway, and the cops immediately pull their weapons. They're like, put your fucking weapon down. So the guy puts his gun down, and they're like, "You get the fucking house." He's like, "Why are you fucking here? This is my house." Blah, blah, blah. And the guy refuses to comply to anything. It's like, you're an armed man inside a house where the alarm just went off and the front door was wide open. What, you think they're just going to take your fucking word for this? Give them your ID. Like, are you out of your mind? And so he argues it and everything else, and they keeps arguing it back and forth. He resists arrest when they try to pull him out, like when they get him outside, sort of thing, by the front door. He's like, he like refuses. He starts pulling his arms away, and he's like, "You ain't fucking charged. You ain't do shit." We're like, "Motherfucker, we don't know who you are."
Yeah.
And they keep repeating the situation to him, like, "We just come to the house. The front door's wide open. You're fucking standing there with a fucking gun. What are we supposed to know? Now it's just stupid fucking people."
I don't know if the audience at home knows this, but I don't have any identification. Because you need a certain piece of identification to get new identification. They no longer manufacture that piece. So I don't have the piece I need to get. I don't have the idea I need to get an ID. The people who make ID don't issue that ID anymore. And somehow this is just a fucking legal limbo I've been in for 3 goddamn years. But my point, when the cops stop me, which is more frequently than it should be, but technically it's a lot less frequently than it should be, but they can't identify me. And it's like a 3-hour thing every time the cops come to talk to me, because I'm not going to tell them who I am. I don't get paid to do your job. Sorry. Earn your bucks, detective. But, I'm not going to make it easier for you, but I don't have ID. So for them to figure out who I am, they run by SIN number or whatever. But even then, I can memorize 9 digits and just be railing them off,
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
No.
So they got to go back. And they're stupid, too, the BPD, because they've got pictures of my tattoos and stuff. Like, they've got other ways to identify me. They just don't. They're stupid about it. But I know
they don't want to have to do that legwork.
I'm not a shirtless black man. Like, you guys can't fuck around. I'm sorry. Any of our black listeners out there, don't fuck with they will shoot your ass. Have you not? Where have you been? Like, figure it out.
Have you never seen the news? Like, what the hell?
Every day. Oh, a random black man was shot. What was he doing? Nothing. Oh, yeah. But definitely don't be shirtless with a gun and be like, "I'm not telling you nothing." Never. If I was this black man, I'd be telling them right away. I'd just find the biggest cop in that lineup and just blow him. Right then and there.
Just make sure you word it as, "I'ma suck yo's dicks to get out of here."
Yeah, exactly. Don't, like, black people right now, you can't fuck around in America. Canadians, you're fine. Fucking do whatever you want.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter what color you are in Canada. You're not getting fucked with by the cops, but...
No, no. Because even if you do get fucked with by the cops in Canada, your sentence, like, it's... I mean, remember, every day that you're in court, that's worth 4 days off.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Time served, or 3 days time served. So.
They actually owe you time by the end of most trials. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We can't give you, like, less freedom. Here's a trip to Hawaii. I don't know. Does that help?
here's a check. Sorry, man.
You're
guilty. Here's a check for $10,000. Time served.
What is a year worth? It used to be $50 a day, believe it or not. And that was the same for paying a fine. You could either pay your fine or it was paid off in $50 a day in jail.
Yeah.
I had that option when I had my fine.
Yes, you did. I remember that.
You could do 3 days in jail. And I thought, geez, that sounds nice.
That's fucking 9 meals.
Yeah. It's nice. Now I don't think that way anymore because I just did 2 months in like, well, call it minimum security, but
yeah.
It's rough, even that. And that's nothing like jail, but it's just not being able to go outside. And it's not just not being able to go outside, it's knowing you're not allowed. It's the psychological. Because now I don't want to go outside. Now I can go outside whenever I want. I don't want to. But it's knowing that I can is half the battle. That's half the freedom, is just knowing you're free.
So what is the trick? Just literally convincing yourself, I don't want to go outside?
That would be. But they tell you right from the beginning it's not your choice. So if they just lie and said, it's totally your choice to go whatever you want, I would have felt better about it.
I would have felt better, yeah. Go figure.
But outside is lava now or something, like make you want to stay.
Greta Thunberg's outside with a sign, don't want to go outside.
Greta Thunberg's out there with an axe and she looks mad.
Oh no.
Trump, you're a motherfucker. That's it. Trump, you're a motherfucker. Whether you win or lose in this life, whether at the end of your presidency, I don't care where you stand in life, you're a cunt. I just hope you know you're a cunt. I'm not saying anything about your politics, anything about who you are. You're just a fucking cunt. Just know that, Trump. Know that Eric and Gord don't like you, and in a couple of years, that's going to matter to everybody.
Yeah, Trump is the pussy that nobody wants to grab.
Yeah, exactly. Vagina that smells like he washes it with a dirtier vagina.
Trump's the before Vagisil fucking commercial.
On the subject of things I could give a fuck about, Tim Hortons, the lovely Tim Hortons, who's just winning all the time these days. Yeah. They're putting out Timbits cereal.
Now, you do know how that started, right?
I don't. It's Timbits cereal. No, that was the fucking joke. How I Met Your Mother thing, wasn't it?
It started as a joke where Tim Hortons had posted a thing about it, like alluding to it, and it wasn't like a full-on thing they're doing, but they alluded to this. And this was like over almost a year ago. It was a while ago when they did this.
I see. Okay.
And social media just blew up going, if they made a cereal, a Timbits, I'd eat that. And they're like, there's our new idea.
It's Post is doing it. Post Cereals is putting it out. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, I think I'd like it.
Oh, I'd try it.
But this is the part that baffles me. These experts are out saying it's a terrible idea. They're saying it leads to confusion over what the Tim Hortons brand represents.
God.
It's like, okay, first of all, who the fuck doesn't know what Tim Hortons, like, they have donuts and coffee too? I didn't know that. Like, fuck off. Nobody's ever said that in the history of ever. But
Americans, they would say that.
These guys, well, yeah, but we don't give a fuck about Americans. No. Tim Hortons doesn't. These guys went on to say, well, look, their last big introduction was the Beyond Meat vegetarian options. And now this introduction is a sugary cereal. So which side are they on? What the fuck? Are they the healthy side or the breakfast cereal side? Like, they got to make up their mind. No, they fucking don't. They're a donut shop. Who gives a fuck?
They already sell donuts and hot chocolate. Come on.
Yeah. Well, are they healthy or not healthy? They have to be clear on that. First
No,
of all,
they
no, they don't. No, they don't at all. They don't have to be clear on anything. They can. I don't care if Tim Hortons starts selling lawnmowers next week. I know they have coffee and donuts. I get that.
Can you imagine Tim Hortons lawnmowers? God, they'd probably they'd be really difficult to start up.
Yeah, they would. And the gas tank would be a little thing that you have to tear on the side and then fold it over, and it would never stick right in the little thing it's supposed to go down in. Fucking took him 50 years to replace those lids. I couldn't believe it. We had a fucking not congressional, what do we have here? The Commons, the House of Commons had to debate the new Tim Hortons lid.
And Justin Bieber came out publicly saying that he hated them.
That's Canada. That's Canada in a nutshell. When your fucking federal government has to argue over Tim Hortons lids, your country's doing too well. We have that's the biggest problem facing our government. We're okay.
Yeah, it's not the fact that that's the biggest problem facing it. It's just the fact that this is what the government chooses to bring to the table. Well, but you need to replace these idiots.
Hey, we have some real problems. You want to talk about those? Why? We're the government. We don't solve problems. Let's talk about Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons cereal, man. The fuck? Yeah, all right. Sorry.
I thought at first, ew, gross, and then I thought about my selection of Timbits and the order I like to eat them, and I'm thinking it would be good cereal.
Yeah, I'll try them without it.
Just like the regular old-fashioned glazed donut in a dried cereal form sounds good to me.
Well, yeah, because the milk is what's going to give it that nice texture that the donut itself never technically had.
I imagine it's going to be like Corn Pops. It's just going to be like Corn Pops.
Yeah.
That
sounds about right.
I'll buy it. They said it's probably going to last on the shelf for like 2 years, and that it's going to be like a novelty thing, but it won't be introduced as a long-term breakfast alternative. Fuck off. Who cares?
No, make it a short term. Have yourself some money. Make it a collector's item in 10 years. You'll be fine.
You know what I always thought would make? For years I thought it would make money if they put out the cereal that Calvin ate, like Calvin and Hobbes. If they actually put out his cereal, it was chocolate covered sugar bombs.
Yeah.
If you put it out like as seen on Calvin and Hobbes, it would have been hilarious, and everybody our age would get it. All right, join my group for people who like groups. Listen to stories behind the songs. Debuting now March 1st. The debut has been pushed back to March 1st because they keep hearing me and my episodes, and they keep demanding more before the show premieres. So it's now been pushed back to March 1st instead of February 1st. And that will be when they debut my episode, which is the amazing Silverchair episode. And I like those kids more and more. Because there was a lot I had forgotten about why I liked them, like how they always lied to the press and stuff. Just like stupid lies they made up, like what their parents did for a living and shit. They just always lied. They never told the truth. I thought it was really great.
That's awesome.
Great band. And all three of them were great guys. One of them runs a restaurant now. Daniel's the only one doing music anymore. But you don't just get me talking about Pearl Jam and Silverchair and Sugar Cubes. No. You've also got my co-host, Steve and Sean. They're going to be talking about Rush, the Beatles, Styx, the Cars, the Police, Elvis Costello. This is a damn good show. That's a good mix of music right there. So tune in. It's on like every week. There's going to be another episode. People talking about the stories behind some of your favorite songs from the Beatles and from the Sugar Cubes. I'm doing a show all about 1987. Sean, my co-host, is doing a show all about songs that have a day of the week in them. That's going to be kind of cool.
That is pretty cool. I like that idea.
I get a little more creative control for season 2, so I thought moving into season 2, I might try to get a little more fun with it. Like like songs you don't know are actually written by Canadians. That would be a good episode. Because a lot of people, songs that have been taken one way but actually mean something completely different. That would be a fun episode. Like I Used to Love Her. It's about his dog. People don't know that. Lots of people don't.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I knew. I'm going to be honest.
Stories behind the songs. Go to their Facebook page. There's you go to their Facebook page and like them. There's prizes and shit. And that's got nothing to do with me. That's real prizes from Oracle Media Productions. And you can follow their other show. You can follow their other show now. You've seen it, and there's prizes and stuff there. It's a good deal. It's a fun thing. Getting a little sick of the Eric, we need you to do more stuff all the time thing, but yeah, because I really hate being on the air doing podcasts. That's rough.
Oh yeah, you hate that shit.
So funny because they're owned by the same company as Tim Hortons. The last thing I have for us, the new Burger King ad. There's a new Burger King ad.
All right.
And it's the typical stat. Every fast food place but McDonald's has this ad where they're out on the street handing out free samples of their food, and people on the street are giving their honest reaction to it. Yeah. Right? You've seen a million of them.
Yep. A&W is very well known for that.
I love the A&W guy.
Yeah.
So this particular new Burger King ad, one of the guys takes a bite of the burger, and he says, "Damn, that's good." So this group, the Million Mothers group in the States, has lost their shit, saying it's highly inappropriate, it's extremely irresponsible and tasteless, it's extremely destructive and damaging to impressionable children.
Why?
Because it said "damn."
Because he said "damn, that's good."
Damn. And you know the best part that I'm saving to last? It's an online ad. Online only.
Oh,
They're demanding that it's either edited out, or because they can't tell whether it was a scripted thing or it was a natural reaction on the street. Either way, it should be removed from the commercial immediately. This fucking protest group of goddamn Whole Foods shoppers last year, they forced Hallmark to remove an ad that featured a lesbian couple on a card standing at a wedding altar.
Oh, that's right. And then Hallmark ended up going back and keeping it.
Oh, but yeah, they caught a huge shit for removing it.
And they caught a huge shitstorm for putting it back on, too, though. Because it's saying, see, you're not standing up to your own beliefs.
Yeah, well, you can't win in that situation. But this is the same goddamn group. He says, "Damn." Like, ladies, do you know what your kids are seeing on the internet? I would be relieved to see "damn" once in a while.
Oh, wow. I would love to have a word with these fucking twats. That would be just...
They called it the D word.
The D word.
They're quoted as saying, Burger King used the D word. I instantly thought douche.
I'd say dyke.
Now that's a bad word. I could get behind being upset by that, but damn, what the?
Can you imagine that was his reaction? Dyke, this is a good burger.
Damn, hasn't been inappropriate in 2,000 years. When the first boats were coming here from Britain, the little kids were saying, "Damn, we're almost there."
I mean, face it, if you're going to swear in front of your kid, usually you revert to "damn."
If you want to start protecting children, you're 50 years behind.
Yeah. You missed the boat on that one, bitch.
Come out like these. It is all Whole Foods shopping moms. You know it is. It's all soccer moms.
Oh, absolutely.
Real housewives of depressed, angry, alcoholic dudes. Clearly, this is why your husband's
swearing their heads off. They're all fucking swearing their heads off in the fucking when the cameras and microphones are off. Anyways,
your husbands, all you women that do this shit, and you think your husbands must be cheating on you because they stay out so late. They're not cheating on you. They're all together in a bar talking about you, crying. They can't even get boners anymore to cheat on you with. because you've ruined them.
You've
with this
amassed
stupid
it so
shit.
badly.
Can you imagine coming home and your wife's like, you would not believe what happened on the internet today? Someone said, damn.
I wouldn't be able to not laugh at their face for that one. Somebody said, damn. Yeah. And
lucky they made it illegal to beat you.
honey, we're going to go to Saudi Arabia for a day. Just going to go over there.
Fight Club stuff.
For a bit. Christ, oh, wow.
Oh, hey, speaking of fight clubs and Saudi Arabia, just one of the things. Now, is there a correlation? I can't say for sure, but things that have happened since our show debuted. Saudi Arabian women were allowed to drive for the first time ever. That's happened since Eric and Gord have been on the air.
Very interesting.
Another thing, SpaceX, Elon Musk, didn't have a successful launch ever of a spacecraft until Eric and Gord had a podcast. I'm just saying. Couple other things that have happened. These are just things that are they linked? Probably not. But
there's a chance.
Here's something that it didn't happen for 30 years, but Eric and Gord start a podcast. Bill Cosby's brought to justice. Just saying. Something we talked about, and then it happened.
Just putting it out there.
Another thing, since Eric and Gord have had a podcast, it might have happened before we had a podcast, but all of a sudden we had a podcast, and Brexit didn't happen. Just saying.
I can actually add one to that, Eric.
Please. I want to hear many. Email me if you have things that you think could be correlated with the inception of this podcast.
Gwyneth Paltrow has always been known as for the most part, the pure, the innocent.
True.
For her stuff, right? Well, since Eric and Gord have had a podcast, she now has a perfume that the scent is based off of her vagina.
See, teaching women how to be women again.
That's right.
I would buy that. I want to check out that perfume.
And I have something to talk about with that, by the way.
I would imagine Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina has no sense of humor.
That's a guarantee.
It does not laugh at jokes. But she's a very pretty girl. I always liked her. As far as does skinny girls go, she's not bad looking.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of her personally, but yeah, sure, whatever.
I like her acting. I've never really had a problem with it.
I can't really think of a role that I've just been like, yes, that was awesome. I can't think of that role with her in it.
There's no role that you couldn't insert anybody.
Yeah.
You could take her out, put any other girl in there, the movie's still just as good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just it. That makes her useless to me.
Yeah, well, she's not useless. I mean, she did Shallow Hal, and no one else would, so.
Gee, I wonder why.
When everybody says no to a role, you know Gwyneth Paltrow will stand up.
As we all know, Eric and I have become pretty prolific, if you will, with predicting things.
A little bit.
We seem to call things, and it just always seems to come to fruition. It seems to happen. Been a very strange thing. Well, it happened to me again on Saturday.
Oh, really?
It did, and it happened during a recording.
I haven't listened to our episodes, or was this the other recording?
This is the other one. I
see. So
I did a last minute guest spot with Thorskin Podcast. That's THORSKIN podcast. It's with two gentlemen, Al and Shane.
It's a very funny show.
Yeah. I should say Shane and Tom.
I'll give a little bit of a backstory to this real quick, if I may. These gentlemen went online and said, we're desperate. We need a guest for our show tomorrow morning. They said, you'll have a good time. We'll make you piss your pants. So I messaged back, did they have to be my pants? or can I piss anybody's pants? And the conversation went from there.
And which is perfect.
They needed a guest. I had another commitment, so I recommended Gord.
Yeah.
Because me and Gord, like we got each other's backs that way. You want Eric or Gord, you're gonna get Eric or Gord.
Yeah. And for the record, they're actually going to invite both of us to go back on and guest on the show for us to do it together. So
always a better option.
Yeah, I agree. So one of the things, again, I'm not going to give away a whole lot, but because the whole thing is revealed on the podcast, which was just really fucking funny. But one of the guys brought up, I've never heard about this. I had no idea about this Gwyneth Paltrow vagina smelling perfume.
I'm interested, but not going to lie.
But it was brought up. And so the question was brought up was, what do you think it smells like? And, we're kind of cracking a couple of jokes about it. And I said, you know what? You're talking Gwyneth Paltrow. I said, that goddamn thing probably smells like pine trees or forest something, rose petals and fucking bergamot. And we just laugh because it's your atypical bullshit sort of scent, whatever. And sure enough, about 10 minutes later, I'm flipping around through the internet while the guys were talking. And I found it, and she literally describes it as smelling as bergamot, cedar, and rose petals. Oh so I nailed 3 of the 5 scents. So called it.
I guarantee it's off. It's like a wine, right? Everyone tastes different. Everyone smells it different. It probably just smells like patchouli and judgment.
Well, my initial thing was, I bet you it smells like judgment and regret.
Oh, yeah.
But if you got to put an actual scent to it, I bet you that's what it is. So it was just
still smells like Brad Pitt's dick.
Yeah. It smells like Coldplay, and that's not a good
thing. It smells like yellow?
Yeah.
Yellow smell.
Bet you didn't know the yellow had a scent, but that's right, it does.
Ask the Green Lantern, he'll tell you. What a fucking
now,
yeah, they're great guys. The accent, I love that accent.
Yeah.
That's my favorite accent. That East End, it's like the poor man's accent, they say, but
yeah.
Funny guy.
It was great. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
The episode I listened to, they made fun of Metallica for like 10 minutes. It was awesome.
I'm glad you didn't tell me that ahead of time. I would have ripped him for that. So.
Well, they were making fun of Hero of the Day, though.
Oh, well, okay. That's fine then.
Which was after Metallica died.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Metallica died after the Black Album. They were in a horrible accident. They never made music again.
They keep trying, but it just doesn't seem to work.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but it's not making music. Anyway, that's very cool. I'm really glad you had fun with that. I'm super stoked I recommended you.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of it until like a second before I texted you. I'm like, because they're like, you got to tell us in the next 15 minutes if you could do this show. And I was like, I didn't want to tell them then that there's absolutely no fucking way I was doing it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, or we have to find somebody else. And then it struck me, why is Gord not doing this? He'd be perfect for this. He's funny and probably not doing anything. No, that was a huge gamble. You're always busy.
Yeah. No, your timing was pretty much bang on. So yeah, no, it worked out really well, and I had a lot of fun. They did too, and they were really nervous about me being on there because they literally know nothing about either of us in that sense. Especially know nothing about me because they've never spoken to me before. And
that's fun though.
So no, we had a great time. Very much enjoyed it. So shout out to you.
What were they nervous about? Like that they would.
Well, it's just that I might. Well, because some of the stuff that they were doing definitely would be considered offensive without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh, really?
There's a stretch of about 15, 20 minutes where it was just nothing but abortion gags left, right, and center.
Oh, wow, because the couple episodes I listened to, they were nothing like that.
Well,
it was a funny show, but...
Yeah, it depends, because they actually have 2 shows. They have one that's very clean, very radio-friendly and very clean, and then there's this one, which is just a kind of a shit show of whatever they can get away with sort of thing.
I look forward to it. By the looks of it, they publish... couple times a month, so or it looks like they're trying to do once a week.
That's it.
But they're doing it right. Their show is easy to find. It was easy to listen to. It's a good one, and I'm really happy you did it. I'm glad you did that. And ladies and gentlemen in the podcast community who listen to us, I know there's a few of you now because you told me so. We are excellent guests. We're the best guests you're going to have. We're funny, we're charming, we're the whole package. And we've got a lot of time. We can work our show around yours anytime. You want Eric Gord to be a guest? We're your guest. Shoot us an email, eric@ericgord.com, gord@ericgord.com. Rose McGowan is stupid at outlook.com. They're the super douche canoe at gmail.com. Any of those emails you can get in touch with us at, or eric@wearerightdealwithit.com. Send us an email. We want to be on your show, and we want you on our show. I think for season 3, I want to do try to get one guest a week if I can. I think that's a good number.
I think so. I think that can work. We can do that. Or
even 2 a month. I'd be happy with 2 a month.
I still have 3 I keep forgetting to contact as it stands. So yeah, I gotta get around.
Got a couple good ones coming up. For the life of me, I'm such a prick. I don't remember names, and I don't want to waste people's time looking them up. But we've got a couple good guests on this month. The first one is coming up right around the corner. It's fucking 4 days away already.
That's right. It's on Thursday.
January 16th. We've got a filthy, dirty, sells whores for a living.
She sells intimate sexual I'm trying to think of the word here, experimentation
kits, as she calls them.
Yeah, that's just it. And there's 5 different levels of anything, just from standard to communication, of how to become one with your partner while being intimate with them, right all up to slapping them in the ass with a paddle.
Dirty, filthy sex games is what she sells. And she's not shy about it. Her website is dirtysexgames.com. And it dives right in. It's like, how dirty do you want to be? I got the dirtiest shit. But she's also very well educated in dirty, filthy stuff.
Yeah, so it's dirty, filthy, but with a PhD.
She's got a PhD in being slutty. That's who has that kind of commitment? Right?
I mean, where do I get that? Where do I be the teacher for that course?
She's got a PhD in fucking. That's that's a woman you want to marry. What'd you go to school for? Fucking. That's not even just an undergrad degree. She went all the way.
She went all the way with that. So that's amazing.
She got her.
Oh, that's so good.
What the goddamn hell is this filthy woman's name? Candace Smith.
Candace Smith, that's it.
Very vanilla name. I like it. That's sneaky.
It's like the librarian. You don't expect it. Next thing you know, you're tied up with a double-headed dildo shoved up your ass.
She was she's a sex educator. She was a classroom teacher before then she realized she liked fucking. And she's like, I'm going to teach that instead.
Before I get thrown out of school for fucking my students, I'm going to make this a career.
What the subjects she teaches on are how to balance work and love, the importance of adult sex education, intimacy-specific topics, healing from sexual shame, building a playful sex life, even if your partner isn't originally on board. Very cool. Overcoming sexlessness, getting back into the groove after childbirth, all really important stuff. And she sounds incredibly smart.
Wow, it's going to be a good episode. Looking forward to it.
All her emails keep saying that she's flexible, and I'm just like, I know that's not what she means, but that's awesome.
Can you send me a pic?
So it's Candace Smith. She's going to be joining me and Gord on January the 16th. It's going to... Hopefully she's got a sense of humor, because if she doesn't, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Most of these women do.
Yeah. Well, I'll have a couple of serious questions for her, but yeah.
Even Dr. Ruth is funny.
Yeah. She could laugh about shit.
Another guy is an author who he wasn't on board. He was sort of like, I don't know if I want to be on your show. And I said, listen to a couple episodes that he gave. I really want to be on your show. So that's a hell of a compliment. He wasn't sure. And then he listened to us and he's like, oh, hell yeah.
That's beautiful. Nice.
As is the case with almost everybody. Let's be honest. This is Jeffrey Antonucci. He is the author of Deep Within a Blueberry Sky. I have not read that yet.
I'll be honest, that title does not exactly do it for me. Do we know what it's about?
I have to look up my email. It's about his initiative he started, which is very similar to the initiative that Gord and I started 2 years ago. But I'll save that and see where he's going with this first. But it's the Love and Peace, a Sign for the Times initiative. They're very, very similar to the Easiest Thing in the World. It is almost freakishly similar to the Easiest Thing in the World initiative. So we're going to have a little conversation about where the fuck he's going with this and some copyright deal here.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't want to do like a Hancock thing where he puts a fucking heart on the moon, we definitely got some shit to talk about.
I'm not on board. Like, I like the fence with the locks on it, and I thought it was stupid when the city got rid of that. But really, that's just kind of like vandalism and littering. Like, these initiatives can't start with like defacing public property.
Not only that, but I mean, the thing ended up becoming a hazard because of the sheer weight. And like that's the problem with those. That there's a few of those in a few different towns, and in one town that ended up destroying the bridge that it was on. It's the sheer weight of all the locks.
It's a sweet idea, but it's also vandalism.
Yeah,
not a great idea. Like I like the concept was cute, but yeah, like you say, draw a heart on the moon. No, go blow yourself. So his book, Deep Within a Blueberry Sky, is a beautiful story about the wonderful power of love and all the amazing good that comes to everyone and everything that love touches.
Wow.
I'm very excited about this because this is I'm either going to tear him to shreds and have him in tears and never love again, or he's going to be a cool guy and actually convince me that this is cool. But either way, it's going to be a fun interview. Like,
yeah, it'll be fun. Do we know what day that one is?
No, he hasn't set a hard date for us yet. But that it is Jeffrey Antonucci. So we'll see. He's either going to convince me love is great, or he's going to hang up on us. He'll be the first one to hang up on us. Maybe I'll get a fuck you, Eric and Gord out of him first, but
$15 is yours. Yeah, we'll have a talk. We'll see what he says, and
we'll see. The Blueberry Sky. It could just suck. I'm just gonna say, it sounds interesting.
It sounds like a book.
If his thing isn't quite as fruity as it sounds, and it's just the easiest thing in the world, then that's cool. I'm stoked. If it's as fruity as it sounds, it's going to be a rough talk.
Well, I'll tell you this. On Goodreads.com, it got a 4 out of 5 star rating. That's 2 ratings and 2 reviews.
I don't hate Goodreads. I'm not gonna lie. That 4 from Goodreads, that's kind of a valuable 4 in my opinion.
There you go. I'm a little bothered by one of the characters' names in the book is Poppy Tom.
I like that. I thought that was one of the characters in the other lady's book, but Poppy Tom. Could be interesting. I don't know. I don't know about those Florida stuff. Those star ratings on books, because I beat the world last year. I saw a book at Indigo. I said that book probably sucks, and then I took it and I read it, and it totally sucked. I literally judged a book by its cover.
Oh, this is really weird. On this website, it's actually listed that Jeffrey Antonucci.
I think so.
According to this one, he is currently reading it.
He's currently reading his own book?
That's what it says.
I like it more already. I'll sit around and read my own book for sure. I will. It's the only podcast I listen to.
That's really awesome.
I might just like this.
Great. There you go. Okay, sorry. So I got some stuff we got to touch on.
That was just some shameless advertising.
but highly necessary and much needed and appreciated.
What do you got for us?
Well, I'm going to start with this first one. So at about, I don't know, sometime around 6 o'clock this morning, I think, my phone starts buzzing like all holy God is coming down on top of me. And it was one of the warnings had come up. This was not for a missing child. This instead was a thing coming up saying that the Ontario Pickering nuclear power plant is having an unspecified incident at the plant. And
very exciting at first.
Which is pretty exciting. I'm like, holy crap, this is the second time for the record this has ever happened. There's one happened about 20-something years ago at that plant where they actually thought it was going to turn into a fucking Chernobyl.
You're like, there's going to be a meltdown at the power plant. I'm going to be a superhero. I'm getting superpowers. You go stand right under it.
I'm running over there.
I'm going to be like the Green Lantern.
Gord, what's your superpower? Micro penis. When it gets hard, it gets smaller. God damn it.
That is a superpower.
So that happened. So the emergency message went out to cell phones. Now, here's the stupid thing. The first thing is it says it went out to cell phones within a 10-kilometer radius. Pickering is way farther than 10 kilometers. That's like about 100 and something kilometers away from me.
Plus, if it's a nuclear meltdown, you want to be a fuck of a lot farther than 10 kilometers.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it pretty much hit everybody in Ontario. So that went off, and then about an hour and a half or 2 hours later, another alarm went off for it saying, sorry, made a mistake, that shouldn't have happened.
Sorry, it wasn't the nuclear power plant. It was someone just finished off a bowl of Tim Hortons new cereal.
No, like literally it just says, the alert was sent in air. There is no danger to the public or the environment. No further action is required. That's it.
We just heard a loud noise from Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina, and we freaked out.
We freaked out. We didn't know what to do about it. So that was a little interesting way to wake up. I literally just read it and went right back to sleep. I couldn't have given a shit. I figured, fuck it, I got time. Who cares? So there was that.
These guys that lose their fucking minds over the emergency warnings. Oh my God, it rang my cell phone and I was awake for 6 seconds. Now I'm going to make a 3-week fucking bullshit thing about it. Fuck you.
I'm going to call the 911 and complain. So is, the other one is we all remember Lindsay Lohan. Yes and no, we do. Her mother, Dina, has been arrested for driving while intoxicated after T-boning another driver outside of a Outback Steakhouse in New York and leaving the scene.
Well, hi, Pot. This is Kettle. You're black.
It's just too funny.
Dina, this got to be staged, right? This is because nobody's talked about Lindsay Lohan in 5 years.
I have to assume.
How do we get Lindsay back in the news? I know. Let's make her mom fucked up this time.
Okay. Apparently, she did not agree to an alcohol test when she was caught up.
She wasn't drunk. She faked it to get the news.
But her intoxication was obvious. She's arrested for DWI, leaving the scene of an accident, and aggravated, unlicensed operation of a motor vehicle in the 3rd degree.
Very nice.
So
how many degrees of fucking driving dangerously can you have? There's only one. You're either driving dangerously or you're driving fine. There's no degrees.
That's what I don't understand.
First of all, she's the only woman in history who's denied a breathalyzer test because she was fucking stone sober. The whole thing is staged. Guaranteed.
Well, she has a previous DWI, which means that she is now officially facing a felony charge for this one.
Nice.
There you go. So Dina Lohan. Way to go, Dina, you fucking sky.
I like you a little more today than I did yesterday, I'll just say. And by the way, I'm the one, the crazier Lohan got, the hotter she got. People don't generally admit that, but I was rooting for Lohan the whole time because the nuttier she got, she just got hotter.
Yeah, it wasn't until she stopped getting crazy that she went real fucking weird looking.
And then everybody, she got weird. Stop doing the lips. Girls, quit that.
Yeah.
First of all, we don't care. All you girls that are plastic surgery obsessed, we don't care about it at all. That's all for you. You're doing that just for you because we don't give a fuck.
No, we prefer you the way you are. We're fine with that.
But that lip thing is destroyed Meg Ryan. I always thought she was a little cutie. It destroyed her face. It destroyed the Transformers bitch that nobody likes.
Yeah.
And Lohan, she did the lips. Just looks retarded. I don't know if that's Botox or what the hell they stick in there, but don't do it. It makes you look stupid forever. And you don't need any help looking stupid when you're fucking Lindsay Lohan. Like, come on. Don't do this surgery on your face. Get a boob job, sure. Some guys like that. I don't give a crap. I think anything bigger than a handful's a waste. But the face, don't do plastic surgery on your face ever. Look at Audrey Hepburn. Woman was beautiful until she was 117 years old.
Yeah, it's true.
Not a full surgery whatsoever. Just vodka and cigarettes her whole life.
Oh man. Just because we love, well, I more do than you do. Love talking about all the shootings in the U.S. In one day in Baltimore, 12 people shot, 5 dead in Baltimore in one day.
Now, if you misread that, it would sound like 12 people attacked 5 people.
No, 12
people shot, 5 people dead.
Yeah, so a total of 12 people, 5 of them were killed in a total of 8 separate shootings.
Oh, wow. That's 12 people shot, 5 people dead. Well, why were those 5 people trying to fuck with 12 people? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make sense at all. But that's
what
that is. All happened Saturday night. The first started at 2:30 in the morning.
Is this 8 separate shootings in one town, or is this across the states?
In the is Baltimore a state or is Baltimore a city?
Baltimore's a city. That's where David Jones is from. David Jones, not David. David Wright. I'm sorry, David Wright. Our favorite guest. He's such a good guest. I can't remember his fucking name. He's from Baltimore.
There you go. So yeah, so all eight of them were in Baltimore. Different little areas, like you got Southeast Baltimore, Northeast section. Another one in Southeast, Central. It's all over the map. The ages of the victims, from 28-year-old woman, 46-year-old guy, 40-year-old guy, 37-year-old guy. It's just all 38-year-old dude.
No 28-year-old.
28-year-old woman.
I'm pretty sure David is 28.
A 28-year-old woman.
Yeah.
There's a 24-year-old guy in Northwest Baltimore.
No, he's older than that. I'm sure David's older than that. I'm going to have to go back and listen to the episode. I know we quizzed him on how old he was.
We'll reach out for that to double check. So, yeah, hopefully David's okay.
Yeah.
So there's those. And in Colorado, 5 people shot in Colorado, including 3 juveniles were part of that at a house party.
Yeah, that's happening too much.
So that happened. There's a manhunt underway. They have not caught the guy yet.
Now, granted, I'm going to say right off the bat, this is getting a lot of attention because the liberal media wants more gun control. So they're highlighting these stories. These stories have always happened. They've been happening. Just they weren't getting the media attention. And I know it's one-sided. The media is showing these because they're trying to draw attention to this particular problem. Unfortunately, what the fuck? Like, why is this not getting more attention?
Even Fox News talked about the Baltimore one because that's huge. 12 shot, 5 dead. That's a huge one.
What is going on? Fuck you, Second Amendment bullshit motherfuckers. You got to admit this is not what it means. This is not what it's intended for. Your Constitution isn't like designed for kids to shoot kids and kids throw a snowball at you so you fucking kill them. Like, come on. Well, those kids didn't die, but you know what I'm saying?
The kid's getting insane.
The kid may have allegedly broke into a guy's house and he shot 2 of them dead. Like, this is daily. This is fucking daily. And 8 different shootings. And then that's just one city. And you've read 2 cities and half the Canadian population is dead in your story. Like,
yeah, 2 cities, 17 shootings.
For our American fans, if you don't know my math, Canada only has 2,700 people in it. Just so you know.
In 2,100 towns.
2,700 people, 2,100 towns, 4 guns, whole country, 4 guns.
And 3 services of the internet. We're just one of them.
I'm borrowing mine.
That's right.
We all share it. We're on like a timeshare. Your country is fucked. Americans, you're my favorite listeners. You're 68% of my listeners, but that number's going to get significantly lower if you keep shooting each other, so stop it.
If only for that reason.
If only for that reason. Stop killing yourselves. My numbers are going down. No, mine aren't. Eric and Gord listeners don't shoot people, I promise you. Well, they might, a warning shot in my direction every once in a while. But
we definitely might want to, but we don't actually do it.
This is just stupid.
Yep.
Like, what are you doing? How do you live like that? How do you live in a country where you go to work every day and you might get shot? Like, that's never crossed my mind. Not once in 41 years have I ever left my house. Oh, that's not true, actually. Anyway.
I mean, even I've been shot at, for Christ's sakes.
I've never left my house thinking this could be the day I take a bullet. Like, you don't think when you're on a bus, if I get off this bus, am I going to take a bullet? Should I wait a couple blocks?
No,
like that. You don't have to think like that. I guarantee we talked to David Wright, and he's got to take strategic. Oh, I don't get off the bus at my house. I get off the bus 3 blocks away and walk down this alley and cut through this yard. And then that way I probably won't get shot.
When he gets off the bus, it's always a duck and cover, bolt to the left. You know,
and it's always nice guys like him that get caught in the fucking crossfire. That's what pisses me off. It's always a nice guy who's just engaged and going to work, and he gets shot. It's never a fucking drug kingpin never gets caught in crossfire. Like, no one ever gets caught in crossfire that you're like, oh, good. That. I'm glad they had that gunfight and that guy died. That's a good thing. Like, Iranian generals don't just get caught in crossfire. That would have saved Trump a lot of problems.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, he just got caught in crossfire. I don't know what the fuck happened. There's crossfire. He got caught in it.
Wasn't me.
And stop bombing Iraq, you fuckers, too. The poor bastards.
Now, speaking of...
The U.S. is mad at Iran, they bomb Iraq. When Iran's mad at the U.S., they bomb Iraq.
And they're next to the middle going, what the fuck?
What the fuck? We haven't done anything in 20 years. What the fuck? Stop shooting each other.
We just cleaned up from the last one. What the hell is the matter with you guys?
What are you doing? You're not going to have anyone to send to Iran if you keep killing each other. My God, who's going to kill brown people if you wipe each other out first?
Right?
Stop protecting guns. Get rid of guns. Can't you see what's going on? They keep shooting people. You can't honestly like that. No one can defend that. I don't care how Fox News out you are. You can't actually defend this shit. There is no good defense for this.
Yeah, yeah.
Your country.
I don't even.
If there's not even gangs anymore. There used to be gangs. You could worry about gangs. Now gangs are dying. You can get more shit done online than you used to in a gang. You can terrorize people way worse. You could steal more. It's a digital age. So you can't blame gangs for this shit. This is just men shooting kids. Oh, you little whippersnappers!
Bang, 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 motherfucker.
It's like me and Gord were kidding last year when we kept saying eat a bullet. We didn't really mean it. Like, thank you guys. It's flattering that you all took it seriously, but
it's I just never saw that part of it coming. I got to admit. I mean, I get the power of suggestion and all, but come on, this is just getting stupid.
It's nice, but dial it back, guys. We gotta that. Eric and Gord said you should do this. I want one of them. I just want one of them.
Just one.
One of them has
a T-shirt.
Eric and Gord said you should eat a bullet and just fucking. That's why he shoots him. Just one. That has to be a trial. That has to be something like there's at least a hearing.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Silverchair had one of those. Ozzy had a bunch of them.
Ozzy had a few of them, yeah.
And Silverchair had one because their song Israel's Son, some guys listened to and went and shut up their school.
Yeah.
Eric and Gord have to have their day in court where it's like, Eric Gord told me to do this.
Because Gord said to eat a bullet. So
Gord said to eat a bullet. So I made the guy eat a bullet. I did it for Gord. That's got to happen once in my life. There's like a bunch of things I want, like sort of cinematic things that I want to happen in my life. Like they have to happen before I die. That's one of them. One of them is Eric and Gord have to stand trial for getting someone to shoot someone, but not intentionally getting, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
someone misinterpreted what we said and then went on a killing spree. That's got to happen in my life. There's other more peaceful ones. Like I want my hands registered as a lethal weapon. I've always wanted that.
I wouldn't, just because if you accidentally slap somebody, then you are going to jail for a felony.
I don't accidentally slap anybody.
Well, accidentally is in quotes, so you just couldn't see.
I want to be in a situation where someone interrupts something and I have to stand up and say, "What's the meaning of this?" I want that. Like no one says that in their life, but I want to have cause to say, "What's the meaning of this?"
What's going on here?
What is the meaning of this? Like, it's a stupid saying. I mean, I know what the meaning of almost everything is. The other one, you know what I want? Really, more than anything on earth, is to be like after the podcast, but I don't see the podcast ending ever. But I just want to be like a bartender somewhere in real life. And like, I'll just be like at the bar washing a glass and someone will come into the bar and be like, "We need you to go back to podcasting." And I'll be like, "I don't know. That was another life." Like,
I don't know if I can go back and go through that again.
I don't know if I can do that again. I'm not that guy anymore. I want to be able to say that seriously in like a dramatic thing. You have to go back to your podcast. I'm not that guy anymore.
Yes, we have to do that.
Ever since that guy actually ate a bullet because of us.
I can't do it. I just can't do it.
America depends on you. And then that's and probably more than once in our lives, but at least once, I want you to have to grab me and go, "Snap out of it."
Snap out of it, man. Get to slap you across the face.
Oh, thanks, man. I don't know what got into me. Let's roll.
Let's roll. Yes.
We need our road trip.
Oh, so desperately.
Road trip to happen so bad. And ladies and gentlemen, you can pitch in if I got any serious listeners who want any of these good things to happen to Eric and Gord, send me $2,000. I will tattoo anything you want across my chest, and I will go topless until May long weekend.
And he's serious.
I am deadly serious. $2,000 doesn't have to be from one person. 2,000 of you send me $1. We're in. Game on. Then whoever gets the first email in, 2,000 of you don't have to agree on a tattoo. That's stupid. I'll just pick the first one.
They all agree on a giant baby dick.
Start a Facebook group like, "What tattoo should Eric get?" Maybe I should start a new GoFundMe thing. And I will tattoo anything across my chest. It cannot be racial. It can be racial, like black guys are awesome or something, but it can't be like bad racial.
It can't be racist.
I don't want racist shit on me. I don't want anything bad about anyone's. No, that's not true. I do. I don't give a fuck. Not race. It can't be racist. I don't want like Nazi shit. That I guess that just kind of falls under racist too, but
yeah.
Basically just racist. That's really all I care about.
Everything else should be good to go.
Everything's game on. You could get like Gord's a fat fuck, whatever. Rose McGowan's a fucking whore. I'll get that. Whatever you want.
Oh, I might just get that next week anyway.
It doesn't have to be true. Like I was originally thinking, I don't want anything that's directly offensive to one person. But yeah, no, I don't. I don't care. That's fine. That's fine. If it's one person, that's fine. If it's a group, it's not so good. But if you say like, hey, this one black guy is a fucking dickhead, that's fine. That's good. I will probably agree. I mean, like maybe he is. I don't know that because I don't know that one guy. So you can do that. You can specifically.
But I'll get the tattoo and stand beside him for every photo op possible.
Like your boss's name. My boss at Home Depot is a fucking pedophile. Something. I don't care. I'll do it. $2,000. It's on my chest. However you want. I mean, you pick the font. And I will not put on a shirt except when I'm in court. Or if like McDonald's won't serve me until I put my shirt on, then I'll put my shirt on and get my burger.
Yeah.
But then I'll take it right back off. There's some like I'm not going to go to court, family court, fighting for my daughter topless with my boss at Home Depot eats cock on my chest or something. That's not a good thing, like argument for more quality time with my 5-year-old. But
funny as all hell, but not a good idea.
So while I'm in the courthouse, I got to put on a shirt. As soon as I'm back outside, the shirt comes off. Then I got to explain to my 5-year-old why I have your boss at Home Depot eats cock on my chest. What's cock? Nothing. They don't sell it at the stores you shop at. Don't worry about it.
You are not interested. This is not the cock you're looking for. You're not interested in this.
There is no cock you're interested in.
You will be lesbian.
Just hope she's a lesbian. Oh, happiest day of my life is when that kid comes out of the closet. Yeah, you have something terrible to tell you. Oh, honey, you can tell me anything. I'm a lesbian. Yes!
You are fantastic.
Atta girl. Atta girl. I can count on you.
It's awesome.
Oh, Dad can dream. All right. So, yeah. $2,000. So what's going to happen, guys? Why? Sorry, I didn't even get to finish my thought there. Why I want your $2,000 is because that funds an amazing Eric and Gord road trip where we visit the towns of all our favorite listeners. So we're coming to Ashburn, Virginia. We're coming to Hacky Sack, New Jersey. We're going to wherever we could get to on our budget. We want to come visit our listeners and podcast from your house, ideally, because we can't afford hotels on $2,000. That's barely gas money.
No, you're putting us up. And Eric, what's the other thing that's with this? If you remember,
if you're putting us up and you're letting us podcast from your house, here's the deal: you get to be my guest co-host while Gord makes dinner for all of us.
That's right.
Now that's a hell of a deal. So, and I'm not saying you got to pay $2,000 for this. I'm saying if I get $2,000, this happens for all of you. We go to a different house every night. We podcast from your house. You get to be on the podcast. Gord makes us dinner, and this man can cook. Like, go to wearerightdealwithit.com, look at Gord, and just go, yeah, that's a guy who eats well.
Yes. My stretch marks have stretch marks.
Fat people don't get fat eating shit. Like, this is so gross. I'm going to eat 300 pounds of it. That doesn't happen.
No. That's
I'm going to eat this till it's good. No.
When I make a spaghetti sauce, it literally takes me 8.5 hours to make it.
We won't.
I cook well. I
won't make spaghetti at your house.
No.
We'll bring the sauce if we do. We'll have some pre-made.
Oh, but yeah, that I can do.
So yeah, try to fund the epic Eric and Gord road trip. I think it'll be amazing. It was supposed to happen not last summer, fucking 2 summers ago. No, it was just last summer. Never mind.
Last summer. Yeah.
It was supposed to happen last summer. It did not happen. Pat Mastriani really let me down. I blame him completely for the failure of that. Everything
Absolutely.
fell apart because we got no support from Joey Jeremiah. I don't know why he would plan the event and then not support us in getting there.
That just doesn't make sense.
But we're trying to plan a road trip. I'm serious about this. I want to go to Ashburn, Virginia. I want to go to Baltimore. I want to get shot at. I've never been shot at like that. That'd be fun. David can show us where to get shot at. No, I don't want to get shot. I want to get shot at.
I'm saying I don't want to get shot at again.
Well, then don't come with me.
I mean, that shit was funny. I laughed my ass off, but still, I got lucky.
I'll just go to Subway or something. Like David will tell me where to go. I want to
Yes.
visit David Wright. I want to visit Casey Gonzalez, amazing chef and podcaster. I want to visit that guy. Before we get to Gord's stories, this is a long episode again. Someone asked me online this really shitty question, like, why do you talk to other podcasters? What do you? Casey Gonzalez is why I want to talk to other podcasters. Like, I made a friend. This dude's a good friend. This dude asked me how I'm doing now. We're buds now. And it's because of our podcast. We reached out to each other and did each other's shows and got to know each other. And he's a genuinely cool guy. And I'm better for knowing him. I'm glad I met him. That's why podcasters interact the way we do online. You never know what you're going to run into. Sure, you're going to not like everybody's show. And I'm sure there might be somebody somewhere that doesn't like our show.
It's called networking.
My mom, well, she never listened to it, but
no.
It's
very simple. It's called networking. That's very simple.
Now, first of all, this fucking prick, he's probably not listening, so I don't care, but he's asking this in a podcast group. Why did you join the fucking group? Just to, like, who trolls a podcasters group?
Yeah, how lonely are you?
Trolls in general. Now, this is something I did for my life for New Year's. I deleted all the flat earthers off my new timeline. I have no flat earth stories being fed to me anymore, and I'm so much happier. I can't deal with that shit this year.
Yeah,
so no flat earth stories in my newsfeed anymore.
And unless they're really funny, we're not even going to be talking about it on the fucking show. These motherfuckers are so annoying.
Yeah, they've annoyed me to the point where I can't stomach it. Anti-vaxxers are going to get a mouthful from me this year. But trolling is fun. I like trolling. I mean,
I'm sure the vegans are loving the fact that these guys exist because we got off their backs for a while. But
I troll a lot, but I'm funny. Like I say, even the person I'm insulting always laughs because I'm funny.
What was the last one you did that I loved? What's your best advice for doing your first episode or something like that?
Yeah, I said make sure you record this. Make sure you do it before the second one or whatever.
Yeah, make sure you record it before your second episode. I love that. That's why I had to comment saying this is the best advice I've ever read.
The most recent one that I ate a lot of shit for was when I said Neil Peart died. I would have said something sooner, but I thought there's no rush.
When I read that, I fucking died laughing.
I ate a lot of shit for that. Let me be the first to very boldly say, and I don't know if it's too soon, and I don't believe in too soon, because it's not like he's going to be less dead someday, and then it's all right. I don't like Rush. Never liked Rush. No. I can barely stay in the room if they're playing.
Yeah, but that's mainly, I'm assuming, it's mainly just because of flat out Geddy Lee's crappy voice.
It's everything. The tone of his bass is terrible. He doesn't, like, he's the only one who has the treble on 10 on his fucking bass amp. They're a terrible bet. They are three very talented men that get together and make really shitty music.
There's a video that's going around of one of Neil Peart's drum solos from 2000 and I'm not even sure when it is, 2015, I think, or 2010. I can't remember, but I gotta say, being a non-drummer, I'm a big fan of drum solos because I just like to see how you can make for like 5 minutes or 8 minutes, whatever, to make it. How do you make cool drums for that long? He
did it pretty good. Now, granted, he played 8 drum kits at once. He had 142 cymbals.
Yeah, it's a full circle. It's a 360 degree.
I use NASA math.
And he also has it's not Russian math. He also has like a keyboard. So he actually like uses his drumsticks to hit a keyboard. So it's actually, so he plays a mixture of drums with and he adds tones of a keyboard into it. So it gives it this whole new dimension of playing. And
that's stupid.
This solo. Actually, you know what? I thought the same thing when I first read the description. And when I listened to it, I want to hear a whole song of just the drum beat of him playing that beat. because it just sounded so cool. It just sounded awesome.
You know what nobody does anymore, and this is good because it's something I want to talk about a little later, but you never see it anymore, and I totally want to. Is remember when people used to put milk on their snare drum? So, and then it would do that like splashy thing nobody does that anymore. That was such like a hair metal thing.
Twisted Sister did glitter.
See, that's cool. Nobody puts shit on their drums anymore, so it bashes all over them. And glitter, that's ballsy too, because that shit doesn't come off.
No, exactly. Actually, Travis Barker.
Barker, yeah.
He puts shit on his snare.
I didn't know that.
And his works really well because his snare always sits flat.
Yeah.
None of his shit sits on an angle. It's always completely flat.
He's a good drummer. I like him.
They're calling him, actually, they actually label him as the next generation Neil Peart. And for the small kit that he plays, I got to admit, the guy is amazing. Drastically different.
Is he innovative, though? Like, you could be amazing, but you're just Kenny Wayne Shepherd. You know what I mean? I say
he is innovative because the way he's able to transition beats, like he'll be maintaining a standard beat, but when he's running the fill, he'll be switching between using the hi-hat in the left and right hand, but as he's filling toms on either side and hitting, so his hands are moving on both. It's awesome. And he also does it. He takes his T-shirt and he wraps his T-shirt over his fucking face so he can't see, and then he plays a whole fill and solo with that, which is pretty fun.
I gotta say, my knowledge begins and ends with early Blink, so I can't speak to. I have no reference.
I follow him on Instagram, and he posts stuff pretty regularly, and because he also incorporates the old the college drum line, or the fancy stick handling stuff. So he incorporates that in with the playing too. So it's I don't know. It's entertaining to watch.
That's very cool. I will pay more attention to him because the world's going to be looking now. That's going to be the thing. Who's the next Neil Peart?
That's it.
Let the body get cold before you fucking.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you people? Sad thing. Don't care. I'm not going to miss Rush. Neil Peart, I'll miss. He was fucking hilarious on Trailer Park Boys.
Which bothered me because the last 5 things I saw posted, Trailer Park Boys was never mentioned any of the credits for the stuff that the band did.
I mentioned it twice in the last couple of days because they were really like Alex Lifeson was so funny.
Yeah. Oh, and he did so many things when he got kidnapped. It was so good.
Good stuff.
Okay, one of the things I was going to talk about, I'm not sure if I even want to anymore, because it's about Trump.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Defense Secretary Mark Esper said on Sunday that he didn't see any specific evidence that Iran was readying to attack 4 U.S. embassies. But he does say that he shares the same view as Trump, that he says that such an attack was probably in the works. So
this sounds a lot like they've got weapons of mass destruction, doesn't it?
It's more than that, because this is a direct statement of saying, like, literally, I'm going to quote. This is a direct quote. What the president said was he believed that it probably and could have been attacks against additional embassies. Yeah. I share that view. I know other members of the national security team share that view. And that's why I deployed thousands of American paratroopers to the Middle East to reinforce our embassy in Baghdad and other sites throughout the region.
Yeah, that's way too close to we believe there's weapons of mass destruction. We have to go in. It's the exact same thing. It's just a different wording. They're definitely going to attack these 4.
But it isn't, though.
We have no evidence whatsoever. We have no evidence whatsoever that they're going to do this, but we're definitely going to do it.
But that's the difference. The weapons of mass destruction was a statement. They are hiding weapons of mass destruction. It's never we believe. It's they are hiding and we will find them.
Yeah, but isn't that what Trump said? Trump said they are attacking these 4 things.
Trump says, I believed they would. And when he came forward this whole thing, he literally just said, he goes, look, he says, I'm not saying I have any direct proof of this. I just said, all I'm saying is we believe that he was going to be hitting one of our more than one embassy and up to 4 embassies of the U.S. embassies around around the area.
This is the same guy that believed a Trump board game was a good idea.
Yeah,
This is
I
the
know.
same guy that believed, I believe, a university I could run. Like,
And the steak business, and yeah,
believes a lot. Like, don't send anything based on what Trump believes.
yep. So that's the big thing. So like now, like even the National Security Advisor is even saying, like the National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien, even he says the same thing. The president's interpretation of that intelligence is very consistent with it. So I think that this has been a Washington thing. When we tell the American people that there was exquisite intelligence and there was going to be an attack on Americans, we had to stop that.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Okay. Here's what they're saying. Let me paraphrase for the listeners who don't know. We believe that Iranians might attack something one day. Really?
Yeah.
These people that have been warring with themselves for 4,000 years, they've been at war with us for 40 years, they might maybe attack something. Really? Where did you get such innovative fucking insight, Trump? Of course they're going to fucking attack something someday. They're Iranians. That's what they do. But you can't just go over and kill them all. I believe that these men who all they do is buy guns all the time might shoot them. Well, thanks, Trump. Fuck. Where do you hide your crystal ball?
Senator Mike Lee, Republican from Utah, has been vocally critical of the administration's messaging about Iran. He says that he is worried about the lack of specifics. He goes on to quote saying, "I have learned not to simply take the federal government's word at face value."
He was on Bush's staff.
He said, "Look, we were lied to about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. We were lied to for a couple of decades about what was happening in Afghanistan. We were lied to about a lot of things. That's not to say the government is always lying or the people who run it are inherently evil."
Where did that come from? I'm not saying that they're lying or they're a bunch of dicks, but like inherently
because
evil.
If he didn't say that, then what he would have said is that no government is trustworthy. He's trying to prove that it's mainly the.
You could go with. I'm not saying the federal government is always lying or they're generally untrustworthy. But inherently evil, like that just seems extreme.
No, here's the funny thing. Lee added that he believes the administration believes. I'm going to repeat this. Lee added that he believes the administration believes that they had a basis for concluding that there was an imminent attack, though it's it's frustrating to be told that and not get the details behind it.
Did you believe the Iranians were going to attack this thing? No, personally, I didn't believe it, but I believed that he believed it. So
yeah.
That's it in the truth.
That's what he's saying. I don't believe that it would have happened, but I believe that this person think it would have happened.
I believed he believed it was going to happen, so we went and killed some brown people. That's
all right.
Fuck off. You got an election coming up. I know why you're doing this. Everybody knows why you're doing this. It's a joke. It's a fucking punchline that you're trying to win an election. Wars win elections. Everybody knows. It's fucking... Stop it. Leave the poor Middle Eastern bastards alone.
Now, these next two I have are, This Is My Way. Eric, I always told you I'd never prank you back for the prank you pulled on me, but this is my retaliation for that.
Yeah.
Because I know one of these two stories was going to set you off. So this is my little fuck with fuck with you, Pete. Hope you don't mind. Retired Pope Benedict, who has vowed that he would remain hidden from the world and pledged obedience to the new Pope when he retired in 2013. He has written a book entitled
cool.
From the Depths of Our Hearts, Priesthood, Celibacy, and the Crisis of the Catholic Church.
Who I was Benedictine when I was in there.
Exactly. And he made the case that celibacy is a necessary foundation for priesthood. And the reason he says that, marriage, he wrote, required man to give himself totally to his wife, since serving the Lord likewise requires the total gift of a man, it does not seem possible to carry on the two vocations simultaneously. Thus, the ability to renounce marriage so as to place oneself totally at the Lord's disposition became the criterion for priestly ministry.
Now, yes, Mr. Benedict, that reasoning made sense back when you wrote the Bible. It no longer is that way.
Oh my God, that's so good.
There was a time when, yeah, you saw your wife twice a year because you were out trapping and hunting and being that dude, and the chances are you're probably going to die anyway. So, a bunch of guys said, let's not be married when we're priests. It's fine. We didn't like women. We didn't have porn. We didn't have awesome sitcoms with hot young girls. Guys need a release that it just reaches critical mass. You got to let the pressure off once in a while or it's going to explode.
Or they're going to keep looking at these little boys and thinking, God doesn't mind. That's
what I'm saying. We're hardwired sexually now. It's everything sex. You're born with it now. When the Bible was written, guys were different, girls were different. Did you see women back then? No, I would probably agree to celibacy. Cave women.
They're just as hairy as the guys were.
Cave, you don't have to be married to one of these if you're a priest. I'm in. But now it's all sex. And the problem is guys are horrible, filthy, disgusting creatures, and we will fuck something. Left to our own devices, alone in a group of little boys for a month, we're going to fuck one of them. That's what men do. You cannot force celibacy. That's like telling a bunch of guys in a crashed plane not to eat each other. It's happening. It's happening. Guaranteed.
Meanwhile, Pope Francis is actually looking at there's a chance that he's going to be reversing that, of saying that so that married men should be ordained. It basically just to offer a supply for the shortage of priests.
Of course,
he is. Said that he would write a document based on the outcome of that meeting.
Because popes don't retire, right? They die. Popes die. You're not supposed to quit being the pope like that. Who quits being the pope? And Benedict, he quit.
Benedict is one of only two. So, yeah, Benedict is only one of two in history.
Right? So, of course, new popes, fuck, don't listen to old pope. He's off his rocker. Fuck. He'll say anything Benedict says, dude says the other opposite every time. Promise you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just funny. Don't listen to Benedict. What the fuck does he know? He quit popehood.
He didn't even follow the rules, so fuck him.
And Benedict was like, you know why? Because I wanted to get fucked. I wanted Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina.
Okay, this next one, Eric, I'm going to have a difficult time getting through this. So, good luck. Oh my God, this is so hard to even read. I'll start with the title. For transgender men, pain of menstruation is more than just physical.
God, I've been hearing about this.
Safety concerns and a lack of access to menstruation products are among the issue trans and gender non-conforming people face during, quote, that time of the month.
No, stop, right? Non-conforming. No. Fuck you. You're not a woman. Carry on.
When transgender model and activist Kenny Ethan Jones experienced his first period, he faced both physical and psychological pain. Initially, Jones, who had not yet come out as trans at the time, felt like he was losing control and didn't understand what was happening to his body. However, one thing was clear: he didn't feel like himself. I didn't believe that having periods would be a part of my lived experience, he told NBC News. I felt isolated. Everything about periods was tailored to girls. Yet me, a boy, was experiencing this, and nothing in the world documented that.
No, you weren't. You didn't get ovaries. Sorry, go ahead.
he currently experiences a wide range of challenges with his monthly bleeding, especially when it comes to getting his hands on menstrual hygiene products.
What is he bleeding from? He doesn't form eggs and shed them in his stomach. They cannot transplant that yet. What is causing him bleeding? He shouldn't be bleeding. Whether he has a vagina or not, they do not implant ovaries.
Well, see, this is the thing I'm trying.
Or is he a woman? He's a woman identifying as a man and doesn't understand why he's having a period?
Maybe some transgender and gender non-conforming people who menstruate, like Jones, say when the products are categorized as women's products, they feel alien. Oh, you motherfucking.
So these are women who are pretending to be men, and they're getting periods, and they're saying they can't. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So these women are lying and saying they're men, and then they're getting periods, and then they're going, "Oh, I don't know why this is happening because I'm a man."
Yeah, but their complaint is the fact that. I guess that
that's why. Remember, I told you the story where Always is taking the woman symbol off their packaging to make room for these people. Are you fucking kidding me?
So, yeah, this fucking slut has actually done that. I definitely seen a positive shift with the discussion around women experiencing periods, but the stigma towards trans men, non-binary, and intersex individuals having them is still alive and well.
Yeah, that means you're all a bunch of women. We need Sarah McLachlan to bring back Lilith Fair. I thought Lilith Fair was a bad thing, but look at the world without it. These bitches all think they're dudes and can't figure out why they're having periods. What the fuck is wrong with you?
This is the problem with this whole thing. Like,
you don't have periods when you're guys, and trans. When you become a woman, you don't get to start having periods. It's not. They can't do that. They cannot transplant those. If they did, they do it for unhealthy women who have ovaries are very fragile, and lots of women don't have them. It's a fucked up thing.
Hang on a second.
But
what the
you guys?
hell?
You're the fucking givers of life. Human life on the planet exists because of your period. Well, because you don't have a period, but that whole structure is the basis of life on the planet. And you're pretending you're a dude? I don't know why I'm doing this. It's freaking me out. There's nothing for dudes with periods here. It's because dudes don't have periods, you fucking retard. Stop it. Stop this now. Everyone has to stop. I was funny about it this summer. This isn't funny. But I'm a dude and I don't get why I'm having a period because you've got a fucking vagina and you're a woman. Stop. I don't care if you got a mustache. Lots of women have mustaches. That's fine. You're not a dude. You're fucking. This is where it starts getting weird and stupid, and this is where it starts confusing little girls and boys who are just starting to deal with periods.
Eric, I'm about to take this one step worse. Are you ready for this? You're sitting down, right?
I am actually.
You're about to get up and run. The hurdles some trans men and gender non-conforming people who menstruate say they face include the high cost of period supplies and lack of access to the products, safety concerns, and inadequate medical care.
Wait,
hang on. A box of 36 tampons, which could easily be used within one menstruation period, could cost as much as $12. That's significantly more than the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour.
Yeah, and what have women been dealing with forever since the beginning of fucking time?
Right? Now, but here's the thing, though. Now that it's the look of a guy complaining, see if something gets done about it. That'll be fucked.
This is so fucking ridiculous. I can't. It's too late because this episode's got really, really long, and it's almost 10 p.m., which in my mother's house is the middle of the night, so I cannot scream. But I promise you, I'm getting an app on my phone tomorrow, and I'm going for a walk during our episode, and I'm going to return to this subject in a field somewhere out here in rural Okanagan Valley where I can talk as loudly as I have to about this subject because I like my chest hurts right now. This could be the one.
I told you I'd get back at you.
I'm not kidding. I'm having chest pains. I want to yell so badly. Right? This is not good for my ulcer.
Oh,
It's not good for my bleeding ulcer. And I don't have my pills because I left them in Vancouver, so I've got nothing. I'm going to internally bleed to death tonight because of you fucking motherfucker. Where's my products for bleeding? You fuckers, you caused this. You sick fucking twisted women, you caused this in me.
Can you believe this? This is just the most sane thing. And they're complaining that there's no free tampons to use in male restrooms. Eric might just explode.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid to announce this is the last episode of Eric Gord. What a right.
I told you, man, when I get you back, it's really low below the belt.
Kelowna doesn't have a bridge high enough to jump off of. I need one of you gun nuts to come do me a favor up here. My good God, I do not want to live in a world where there's tampon machines in the men's room. There's
you might have
in the men's room. There's a condom machine and a machine that gives out candy and funny shit. And nobody uses the condom machine. There's no room for a tampon machine. Fuck you.
Even if cost is a non-issue, using a men's restroom can be daunting for those who have their period. The sound of opening a tampon or pad or simply carrying one can lead to unwanted attention. Quote, you might have this monthly terror where you're concerned that if you go to the restroom and someone sees the tampon, then they're going to start asking questions. Why aren't you in a stall?
Monthly terror?
Yeah, monthly
terror. You
terror.
ever been in a bathroom after Gord's had Taco Bell for an evening? And you think
so,
anyone can hear your tampon opening?
Yeah,
no.
Tell you what a monthly fucking terror sounds like when I hit Taco fucking Bell and KFC every month.
My monthly terror is after my Denny's full order of nachos. That's a monthly terror. A little bit of bleeding once a week. That's not a monthly terror. I've literally thought I was crapping out my intestines. And you couldn't hear a tampon thing opening for a block away. You don't have to worry about. No one in the men's room hears your tampon thing opening. And if we do, we're gonna laugh like dudes and go, "What are you doing, opening a tampon over there?" Because we think you're a fucking guy. We don't know. You are the fucking cunts that take the middle urinal. I know it. You're all women.
Yep.
You walk up and you use the middle urinal and you force one of us to pick a side. You gotta be chicks. Men know not to do that.
Fuck me.
Middle urinal shouldn't even be there. You're not allowed to use it except in extreme emergencies. This is fucking ridiculous. I can't. This is. What do I tell my son, that my non-existent son, my goat, when I get my goat, what do I explain to my goat when there's a tampon machine in the men's room? This is the end of humanity. Do you people not understand this? If we go down this road for the next 50 years, we actually go down this road, our species comes to an end. Do you not understand that? If there's no gender, there is no reproduction. We are not going to turn into asexual beings. Evolution doesn't go backwards. You are going to make human beings extinct with this bullshit. Does that not occur to you? Does that not bother you? You are destroying the human species. If that's your goal, fine. Say that's your goal. State clearly you are trying to end the human race. And then I can get on board with that. I can believe that you're not either A, bullshitting, or B, fucking insane. Because that's the only thing you are right now. You're either clinically insane or you're a fucking liar. What did I say the theme was going to be? Stop lying. Stop lying. It's one or the other, or you're trying to destroy the human race, or you're just a big fucking liar.
Yeah. Yep. Fully. Oh,
has this ever been a thing ever in history? And if this was a thing, it would have been a thing at some point in history. No guy has a period. No dude has a period. If there was even the slightest NASA math possibility of that happening, it would have happened already.
That's
and it
right.
would be in a weird book somewhere. I read a lot of weird books, trust me. It's not there.
Like, and the weird thing is they're literally acting like they're guys in the sense of saying, well, I'm a guy, I'm not supposed to have this. Do you have a vagina? Yeah, then shut the fuck up.
First of all,
were you born a woman? Yeah, well then, you're going to have this.
Women still get paid 75 cents on a dollar to what men get paid. You're going to bitch about what these cost, you fucking idiot?
Right?
Women have quietly, no one's ever bitched about the price of tampons. Have you ever heard that complaint ever in your life? Has any woman ever said that? No, they buy them and they stick them under the sink and they shut the fuck up. They don't talk about them. They don't want to talk about them. Because they are painful. And they are annoying. And they do embarrass you. And they do affect your life in a big way for a week every month. And that's a shitty fucking thing. And you're just mocking it, basically.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You're trying to pretend you understand anything about... Fuck you. God damn it. I was so happy with this episode. The happiest show. We're having fun. We're laughing. We're having a good time. Fuck you. People ruin fun. You're the ruiners of fun.
Yep.
And I cared this summer. I felt bad this summer. I thought maybe I'm being irrational. Maybe I should lighten up a little bit. Try to... Wow, no. I was so right. I want to double down and redo that episode. I want to play that episode and do like they do on the DVDs with the commentary, where you can listen to guys listen to their own episode and fucking talk about it. I want to do that. I want to listen to that episode, me, Gord, talk about how fucking right I was. I wasn't right in that episode. I was nice. I pulled punches. No more. I don't pull punches anymore until you stop lying.
Yep.
You're fucking lucky I'm at my mother's house. Oh.
Talk about dumping this on you, the worst possible thing. First day back.
I'm not allowed to say a swear word in this house. I'm talking very quietly for the whole episode because I can't swear in front of this woman. And she's 4'9". She weighs $120. I could like blow and she would fall over and break something. She's osteoporosis. She will kick the living shit out of me if she heard me say living shit. Yeah. You see what this woman says, because she's going to be a guest on our podcast now, and I'm going to sit her down and tell her that there's a bunch of guys that don't know why they have periods. You think me and Gord could swear? Wait.
I can't wait.
You fucking assholes. Oh my God. This is the kind of angry that doesn't go away. This is real. I'm actually angry. And this is, you can tell because I get quiet when I'm angry. I get all,
I can definitely tell.
I get all calm on your shit when I'm angry. It's scary. You know, when I'm yelling, that's fine. You know, I'm okay. When I get quiet, then it's fucking run.
I'm gonna be getting messages all night now.
You know, I was going to
furthermore, fuck this motherfucker.
Tell you guys a personal story. I was going to build a snowman tomorrow with my mother's dog because he's a cute border collie. She likes to play in the snow, and I haven't built a snowman in 25 years. I thought it would be a fun thing to do. My plan was to build a snowman in the morning. I was going to spend half the day, make a big one. I was actually probably going to make dirty snowmen doing stuff, but now I'm just going to make a bunch of snow trans people and beat the shit out of them. My whole morning, I'm going to build a snowman. I'm going to kick it into powder. I'm going to build them again.
You keep building the trans one until you build them right, which is when they're either male or female. Call it a day.
I am going to scare my mother's dog because of you people. I'm glad I don't have my goat yet.
What did I do?
I wouldn't want him to see what I'm going to do and pretend I'm doing to all of you tomorrow. Oh, you fucking assholes. Imagine though, when you do, you're like in college and you're wasted and you go home with a dude and then you think you're having your first gay experience and then he turns out to have a vagina. You're like, sweet. Oh, that almost got weird for a minute, but you totally got a vagina. This is cool, dude. Let's go.
This is all good. Oh my god.
That's gonna be a thing because I know a chick who does that. She's still got a dick and she takes guys out and she likes to surprise them. She does. She's not honest about that she has a dick and she takes guys home and shocks them with it. That's gonna be a thing where these people who don't understand why they're having periods.
I don't understand though. Like, aren't you taking the chance of getting your ass handed to you?
Oh, she gets abused on a regular basis. She gets but you got to keep in mind she can take me. She's my old buddy Jacob. She can hold her own in a fight.
No,
they can't trans that out of you.
No, that's true.
At the end of the day, she's still got like a 16-inch bicep, and she can kick the shit out of you. Because she's a dude. She's a dude with breast implants. That's all she is. Really? Now, I honor her. I respect her wishes because she's a good friend of mine, and that's the only reason. But at the end of the day, she's a dude with breast implants, and she's stopping there. She's in her mind, she's done. That's what she is.
No.
But she passes herself off as a woman and picks up straight men and then deals with the consequences. But in her mind, she's complete as she is. She's a chick with a dick, and she's happy with that. You're a dude with tits. That's all you are. Stop lying. I'll go.
Yeah.
I thought about getting them at one point. Because I just thought, I like playing with tits. Why don't I just go get a pair? And then I'm good. When I'm in those dry spells, I'm at home playing with my own tits. Everything's fine.
Makes sense, right? Well, there's that one guy who did that as the first guy to really sort of do that known. And he's just a straight guy. He lost a bet, so he got tit implants done. And he was supposed to keep him in for a year. And he kept him in for like 4 years because, well, he just thought it was kind of fun.
Right? It's actually hard to get a doctor to do that, at least in Canada. I talked to a doctor. I'm like, what if I wanted breast implants? And a lot of them won't do it.
No, it's true.
Quick
question, by the way.
Yeah.
Since when did the flu become a newsworthy thing?
Since anti-vaxxers made it that way? Well, in other countries, it's newsworthy.
CDC warns of widespread flu activity in nearly all 50 states. It's January.
Hey, CDC, it's flu season. It's literally named flu season. What do you think happened? Everyone sprouts flowers out of their assholes, but it's flu season. That doesn't mean it's time to clean your chimney, you fucking idiots.
God. So there you go.
That was a good pun. If I wasn't...
Because chimneys have a flute.
Right? It's flu season. No, it's fucking fuck off. The flu. These are this. I had a fight with a comedian on Facebook about this because he said something about going to the emergency room, and I said, if you don't go to the fucking emergency room for the flu, save the emergency room for American shot victims. The flu is not news. Stop it, because you're gonna help the anti-vaxxer fucking bullshit thing.
Yep.
You have the flu, so what? It sucks for a week, maybe. And then you know what you do after 3 days? You go, I can't believe this flu's still hanging on. But you're still at work bitching about it. You've gone back. Take the first 3 days off. That's fine. And then you bitch about it like everybody else till it goes away. But it's the fucking flu. I've got it right now. Fuck off.
I literally I had mine for the last month. I finally just let it go.
Yeah.
Finally. It's a month.
The flu's like one of those things where you're like, does today at work suck enough that I can use this as an excuse to stay home? No, I got something to do. I better go in. Like, that's the flu.
That's it. Yeah.
The flu is not news. There's this one that's going around China that fucking you turn into a lizard and then your head explodes or something. This is a bad fucking thing. Like bird flu. If you have bird flu, tell me about that. That's interesting. I'll listen to that.
Yeah. If you got SARS, I don't even want to hear about it. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, put on a mask and then don't talk to me even with the mask on. SARS was that. Now that's a story. Everybody's got flu in flu season. What the fuck is the matter with you? Who even wrote that story? We should bring caning here. You know they do caning in like Singapore?
Yep.
Kid got caught doing graffiti in the 90s and he got caned and everyone lost their shit because you can't cane an American kid. Nah, Singapore didn't give a fuck. They caned the kid. We need caning here. We need caning for people who write news stories about there's flu in the States in flu season. You get caned for that kind of reporting. Bring some fucking integrity back to the press. It's you motherfuckers that are ruining it. Oh, they're flu. Fuck you. Oh my god.
Fuck you.
And in May, we reported that all the snow melted and flowers bloomed. We don't know what's going on. Spring, you fucking retards. I hate you all. I hate everybody. I can't yell, so I'll just say that right now. I hate everybody except the listeners of my show. You might be okay. I don't know if you're like the ones who are stealing my stories and putting on a global news. I don't like you quite as much. Yeah, I kind of do because that just makes me look good. No, I hate all of you. Sorry. Hate y'all. I tried. I hate you.
Yeah.
I can't get angry enough. I was going to end this story on a happy note. And I might as well. Fuck, we're over 2 hours now. This is great. This has been a lot of fun, you guys. Thanks very much for letting me and Gord have this show. Do me a favor. Go to the Eric and Gord podcast Facebook page, Facebook / at Eric and Gord podcast. And, or Facebook, no, it's fb.me at Eric and Gord Facebook. Just fucking put in Eric and Gord podcast. I'll figure it out. And like us. Give us a like. Give us just hit that like button. It sounds stupid, but it really means a lot to the people that look at these shows and decide what happens with them. So please like our show, or the thing that's on my timeline, the thing you can just click on it and like our show, and you're entered into our email book, and then we'll email you and give you some shit like a pen or a t-shirt or $25 or $4. You don't know. It's exciting because you don't know. So like us, and it goes a long, long way. Please. Thank you for listening. You guys are great. Tell your friends to start listening. And I really appreciate it. I hate all of you, but it's only fair that you tell your friends and relatives to start listening so I can hate them equally too. I don't want people out there thinking that maybe I don't hate them. That's just going to get confusing. So no, the more listeners I have, the more people I can tell all at once that I hate you. Have no misconceptions. Like when I see you on the street, don't wave because I hate you.
As long as we make that clear ahead of time.
I had this thing all about the stories behind the songs because I want to promote the shit out of that because they pay me. I'm doing an episode on the stories behind the songs about the year 1987 and why I think the year 1987 is the biggest year in music history. It's the most important year since before music was invented. There was nothing more important than 1987. Now, I'm discussing specifically on the show the 3 albums I think changed the world. U2, Joshua Tree, R.E.M. Document, Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. But let me give you a little rundown of what I'm going to allude to on that show, Gord, because I'm not sure if you know all this. A couple more albums that came out in 1987. Faith No More, Introduce Yourself. Jane's Addiction. Aerosmith, Permanent Vacation. In Excess, Kiss. Prince, Sign of the Times. Michael Jackson, Bad. Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls. Def Leppard, Hysteria. This all happened in 1981 year.
The Eurythmics Savage came out that year.
My list just scratches the surface. Anthrax had a big album in 87. I can't remember which one it was. Every band who's ever done anything good that's been around since 87, the best thing they did was in 87.
The Descendants All album came out in 87.
Yeah, the Descendants, the Replacements had a good album. Soundgarden started in 1987.
Oh, really? So not like their first album as much as it was that's when they started.
Like demos. They had like sub pop demos.
Ice-T's Rhyme Page.
Yeah, man. Like you read the list. The entire list.
Surfers. Holy shit.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm not kidding when I say this 87 stuff. So, everybody
Wow.
Check out everything that came out in 1987, and then you go, oh, maybe I should listen to the stories behind the songs. An Oracle Media Productions podcast featuring Eric, because it's going to be fucking interesting shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking Meat Puppets. I forgot about that band.
Yeah, buddy, right? It's crazy.
That's wild.
I've been preaching this shit since first year university. That's 20 years I've been preaching this fucking thing, and I didn't even know how extensive the list was.
This is crazy. I literally just got here. I got the top 50 albums of 1987.
Yeah, and all 50 of them, you're like, really? Holy shit. I had no idea that was out in 87, and now that makes so much sense, what Eric's talking about all the time.
George Harrison, Lyle Lovett.
I know the first thing you're thinking is, goddamn, Eric is smart.
Eric is fucking smart. Cool Modi. There you go.
Yeah, man, right? There's so many great ones that you've forgotten about, and there's ones that you go, holy shit, yeah, like, I didn't realize that came out in 87, but that's a damn good. Like, I had no idea about Introduce Yourself, and that's one of my favorite Faith No More albums.
Terence Trent D'Arby's. Introducing the Hard Line, according to Terence Trent D'Arby, came out that year.
Yeah, some good fucking shit. So everybody pay attention to that show. And maybe me, but before it happens or after it happens, me and Gord can have a little chat about this. We haven't talked music in a long, long time.
Well, it's very true.
So, because I don't want to talk about people anymore. I fucking hate them all. I am seriously, I'm either going to get, I wonder if I got my full fucking data I've never used. I'll get Skype on my phone tomorrow and go talk in a field. It's -8. There's literally 2 feet of snow. There's literally like 24 inches of snow on the ground. I'm going to be up to my knees in my fucking Chucks because that's all I own. I'm going to be Converse All-Stars knee deep in snow, and I'm going to be hot because that's how much I'm going to be yelling at you fuckers tomorrow. The snow it's going to melt around me like a crop circle.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's just it.
So I'm gonna let you guys
tomorrow
go.
I'm gonna have nothing but happy stuff tomorrow just to ruin it all again.
It is very late for Gord, and I feel bad, but it's you people's fault. You period having motherfuckers. And no, that's not misogynistic. I'm not referencing women when I say that. So shut up. Don't send emails because I don't care. Do send emails because I don't care. Send all you want. Yeah. Eric at ericandgord.com. Gord at Eric at We Are Right. Deal with it. Rose McGowan is stupid at outlook.com. The super douche canoe at gmail.com. Send in your emails. You will get money. That's a thing that is happening. Got the beautiful email from a guy, our first recipient, and a big fan of the show, and you can get money too. So email us and tell me how rude I am right now. Or whatever. I don't care.
I don't care. Send something in. I just don't fucking care.
Oh my fucking God.
Public Enemy, Joe Bummerster's show. Sick.
Tell my mom she doesn't need her snowblower tomorrow. I will melt it with my fury. It's all right, Mom. You take today off. You sit and relax. I got the driveway this time.
Oh, fuck. I say I wish
now.
I would be there, but then I'd be the one shoveling the driveway, so.
Well, we can do it together. She's got a snowblower, like top of the line snowblower, because she's all little. She can't shovel. Still wouldn't do it today. I was like, I don't feel good. I gotta lay down. Such a prick. I'll do it tomorrow, Mom.
First thing in the morning, you better be out there.
I'm not a complete monster. She has a husband.
Oh, God, it's funny.
Yes.
Meat Puppets have got 23 albums? Holy shit.
Each with one song, which is weird. Why wouldn't they just put those all on one album and it'd be easier?
That'd be very smart. Wow, what a bunch of douchebags.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to let Gord go to bed. I got to go because my back's going to hurt from the anger.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be back to do this again tomorrow night. That's what I feel I could do without Gord. I hope I don't have to, but I got enough in me. I could do an hour of just yelling at you fuckers.
I will be here for that.
on that note, until then, take care of each other.
Go find a tampon.
Every story starts the same way. I'll just do a little bit till Sunday.